Yo, what is the deal, everybody? What is the deal, everybody? Welcome to another Raider Nation Unlimited. I'm your man, Wasted Talent. Salute to everybody in the place to be. We have a very, very special episode today. Listen, man, you know, there are certain people in this ethos, man, that, you know, I've worked with. There are a lot of guys who are great at what they do, right? But look, let me tell you something, man. When you talk about a great person, right? When you talk about a pioneer in this Raider content thing, bro, there's very few guys that are as genuine and good and just a great guy, man. I mean, always a good time, man. He just makes me laugh every time, man. I watch some of his shorts on TikTok and just such a freaking great dude, great representative for the brand of the Raiders, man. And what a great content creator, man. I have to bring on the great and powerful Samoan Raider.
What's good, Oos, man? Hey, appreciate you having me on this. It's been a while. I know we've been talking for a while to get this figured out, and I definitely wanted to hop on too. I was just trying to figure out schedule, but yeah, no, definitely appreciate you. I mean, you're killing it just as much too, man. On the live stream, doing your thing, man. It's good to see, though. Good to see you, man.
I ain't seen you in a month of Sundays, man. It's been a few years since we've done this.
Yeah.
I think the last time I saw you, man, I think was that day of the Charles Woodson interview when we were at Barcode. I think that's the last time I think that's the last time, bro. The day.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
That was like 2 years ago, man. Because it
was Cody and Graf, right?
Cody and Graf,
yeah. Okay,
maybe back then, man. But salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you for pulling up, man. It's a lot to unpack, bro. This has been a crazy offseason. This has been, I mean, an offseason where, you know, we really, man, didn't really know what to expect. We were excited. This is a crazy season last year, man. I mean, just really real quick, man. How disappointed were you in the Pete Carroll's regime, man?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like I was hella disappointed. It wasn't anything new, right? But you know, I'm one of them optimistic Raider fans that every year I feel like we're gonna do something, right? Like it don't matter who's over here, but it definitely like, I don't know, it was like tiring just to watch. But then, you know, there's a little bit of hope at the end of the tunnel. You know, back half of the season where we could get the number 1 overall pick. And that was kind of the train I was on. So that kind of made last year a little bit more exciting at the end when we were like, you know, hey, let's go get that number 1 pick because we ain't gonna be first, so we might as well be last.
Bro, definitely, brother. And you know the funny thing, this is the first year that I can remember where, like, categorically, 100% of Raider fans were like, we need the number 1 pick. You know, other years people used to be like, "Oh, we don't tank." I didn't hear that from one freaking person.
Oh man,
bro.
I heard it a lot though on my end.
I did.
People was coming after me. It's like, "Oh, you a fake Raider fan? Like, how can you go and root for them to lose?" I'm like, "Bro, we ain't fighting for anything at this point, man." Like that. It was a small like. I think a lot of Raider Nation was kind of on board with, especially with Fernando Mendoza at number 1. But there were some fans out there. Trust me, I get it all the time, especially when I'm at the games and stuff. I even mess around with some of the people, some of the fans over there. It's like, hey, we got to get that number 1 pick, right? And most of them are cool about it. So I know some people online, they're like, it's just win, baby. We need a win. Like I was like, well, for what though? Like people forget that, you know. Of course, everyone talks about just win, baby. But hey, Al Davis always said that the greatness of the Raiders is in its future. So if we think about the future, we gotta get that number 1 pick. So that's how I've always been on. You know, that's the type of time I've been on ever since we started losing.
At the end of the season, I was just win maybe.
Just win, yeah.
Just win, baby. And salute to everybody in chat. Salute to my brother Ira Jackson gifting 10 Raider Nation Unlimited slappies and back to back. Yo, this man is absolutely losing his mind. He is gifting 50 Raider Nation Unlimited Wasted Talent memberships to the masses. The Get Off My Lawn gang is getting stronger and stronger and growing in droves. We have almost 300 in the room. Things will be picking up. Business is picking up, as my guys used to say on Professional Russian, because we got Samoan Raider in the house, right? So Samoan, it's crazy, right? So now we're heading into probably, in my opinion, this has been probably the best offseason I can remember. Yeah. And I've been a Raider fan since the 80s, bro. Since I was a little kid. I remember the Super Bowl in 1984 vividly, because I'm an old goat, right? Bro, this is the best offseason I can remember, man. And John Spytek and Tom Brady and that little consortium has really, really done a terrific job, man. I mean, like, how excited have you been this offseason with some of the moves we made?
Oh, man. I've been hella excited. I mean, like I said, I'm always excited, but I think this year it feels a little bit different. I know it's cliche to say that all the time, but it really does. I feel like they're actually making the right moves, and they're not just trying to slap a Band-Aid on it and just say, hey, let's go win now. Clint Kubiak came out and said that, hey, it's going to take some time. He's got to earn everybody's trust. And I like hearing that too. And I'll be one of those guys that say, I didn't think that the Raiders could get Clint Kubiak because I thought, okay, they're not going to wait on him. I know that was their number one name, but we usually don't get the guys that we want. So I was settling for, Davis Webb or any of these other guys. And when the Raiders actually waited and then we heard Clint Kubiak, that was the first move where it's like, oh, damn, like he wants to come over here. And it just goes to show, like, I guess how they're running things in the building, right? With John Spytek, maybe Tom Brady. I know those are the two guys that are taking this whole thing head on, but just seeing free agency, just seeing hiring coaching staff and even being in the position that we are right now in the draft, even with the Maxx Crosby thing, like, I think that John Spytek and them boys have done a great job, at least, selling this team and even trying to, bring in guys free agency. I mean, we brought in, I know we're going to talk about that and stuff like that, but I think that they've done a great job. And I can easily say that, it is exciting because we actually have a plan in place. And the last time that, Mark Davis gave, a regime somewhat of a lifeline, right? Like more than 1 year, it was John Gruden. So I think this year they're going about it a different way. And what better way than to bring on a guy that just won a Super Bowl and also bringing in, hopefully, a quarterback that just came off of a natty. So I think we're like, the pieces are starting to go together, man. I'm like, okay, last year it was worth, like, the way it's going right now, it seems like it's worth it. And then, like I said, with free agency and getting the dogs that we got, I'm like, and most years, I don't think that we get the Tyler Linderbaums. I don't think that we get the Clint Kubiaks. I don't think we get. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't get the number one overall pick. We'll win meaningless games at the end of the year, and we're not sitting at number one to get a quarterback. But right now, all the pieces are in place to build something here, and I think the Raiders got a perfect team. Well, we got weapons here to build off of, and I think the future is definitely bright for this team moving forward for sure.
We definitely do. Look, Simone, what's crazy, man? The thing that feels different. And I'm gonna have to put my OG hat on right here.
There we go.
Right? Look, it's the fact that it's a clean slate.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, normally we have peanut butter, but no jelly and no bread.
Yeah.
We got ham and no burger.
Yeah.
This year we got cap space. We got premium draft capital. We have all of our picks. We didn't trade our picks away for some aging player. We have the actual number one pick. We have a great coach. We have a GM that actually hired a coach and not Mark Davis hiring a coach.
Yeah.
So now we have a situation where we don't have a coach that has final cut over the GM. The natural order of things have been set in stone. And I think that's the reason why this feels different. Now, when we start talking about things that feel different, and pause if necessary, I mean, my God. Wow. My God, I mean, this is a family show, Simone, and we're starting off the wrong way. But this is the thing, right? So, and salute to my brother Ira Jackson losing his mind here with the $10 slappy. He goes, "Can I get an effing block?" Dizam, listen, Ira Jackson, I have to block you, unceremoniously block you. This is your first block over here. You got to get the F up out of here, Ira Jackson, and we are gonna block you in front of Samoan. I mean, you ain't supposed to be acting like this when we got company over here at Raider Nation Unlimited, Ira Jackson. So we're going to unceremoniously block you, Ira Jackson, Thank you. But yo, I don't know what's wrong with people in my chat. They like getting blocked. I don't know what the hell's wrong.
Oh yeah, okay, there we go.
No, they
Something
don't
the Raiders
really
didn't do
like
last year, right?
Bro, what we do is we send them to the gulags temporarily. We don't really block them, man.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
guys, y'all already know. Y'all already know. Bodega Raider is the pit boss of the gulags. And guess what? We have our Bodega Raider poll up here. Should Bodega Raider be blocked every show for 10 minutes? Everybody respond in the chat. It is there for you. We have 100% people. Yeah. Nah, it is running. But see, you know, the thing is, Samoan, it's crazy, right? So we got the Fernando Mendoza situation going on, and we had the Maxx Crosby thing going on. Now, that was a little different. It was weird. You know, look, I'm going to be real with you. I was going back and forth with it emotionally, right? Because, you know, I knew something was different. You know, we always hear, anytime the Raiders have a player that's any good, you're always going to hear, oh, they're going to get traded. They want to get traded. But Max has always kind of doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down on the fact that he wanted to be a Raider. Now, when he didn't come out for the presser for Clint Kubiak, I knew right then and there. And I knew it before there because I can tell the way. Because listen, with Max, you're close with Max, and you could tell how he tries to be stoic and he tries to be guarded. But it's very, very Max wears his heart on his sleeve. You could tell when something's wrong. You could just tell. You know what I mean? And I knew something was a little different, right? The whole Maxx Crosby thing, man. Now I saw your show, bro. I was out to dinner with my wife, and
my ass was crying over here, dog.
Yeah, bro. You had you had a tender moment, bro. What the?
I wasted my tears on that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, bro. What's up with you, yo, Samoan?
I was like, damn, bro. That's what happens when you go. That's what happens when you go live without even thinking. I went live and I started reading like, oh damn, bro, damn, cuz.
Brother has some condensation rolling right now.
You're crying over somebody else.
We forgive you, brother. We forgive you, bro. We do. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was gonna text you. I was about to be like,
angry man, what you doing here? Man, set your ass down.
Trust me, I made fun of my own self after we found out he came back. I'm like, damn, man. Bro, but it is what it is. It's out there though.
But no, dog, nobody. Listen, bro, it is what it is. Look, at the end of the day, though, right? Seriously, bro, that whole roller coaster, the whole Maxx Crosby thing, right? Like, what do you make of it now that he's back? We've had some time to contextualize everything, right? Like, have you reached out to Max? Have you spoken to him, or have you tried to make a connection with him? Because I know you guys, you know, got a little connection and stuff like that. Like, what do you make about what's going on with all of this now?
Well, I think. I mean, he said it. He said it on his podcast. I think everything kind of happens for a reason. And I mean, I'm like, man, it ain't never a regular offseason for the Raiders. So you know, when the whole trade went down, I was like, damn, man, that sucks. But it is what it is. We got to move on. You know, I even wrote him and stuff like that. He was like, man, all love, whatever. You know, always got love for you guys. Okay, cool. And I was like, okay, we finally got over it. Like, I finally got over it. And then the whole thing kind of transpired where somebody texted me. And it was like, hey, you might have to go live, or you might have to talk like, for what? I'm done for today. Because that first week of free agency was crazy. There's a lot of moves that the Raiders were making. He's like, yeah, Max is coming back. I said, bullshit, ain't no way. And then I seen that the Raiders posted. I was like, oh shit. And yeah, no, the only time I reached out to him afterwards was when we didn't know whether or not he was going to stay, right? Because we knew he was coming back. Yeah. And I think you know, Mitch was posting something out there. So like, I don't know. He sounded too confident. Is he staying or is he going? So I hit up Max about it. I was like, hey, you staying or not? And he never went back. So
I mean, bro, but you know he's not going to reach back out.
Yeah. I mean, he got a lot of people hitting him up because like, okay, I'm hearing that you're coming back, but we haven't seen it from you. But then when he posted the Undertaker thing, I was like, okay, that's a for sure thing. But it was definitely a lot of emotions, and it did. I'm not gonna lie, it sucked that in the beginning, like I got emotional and stuff. Like, damn, we lost Maxx Crosby. He was a Raider, but you know, getting 2 first-round picks, it didn't seem too bad though. Like,
not at all.
The only thing I was mad about is I never got to do a mock draft. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a 2-round mock draft, and I was like, a 2 first-round mock draft, and I ain't never got to do it. I was like, damn, man. I was looking at Makai, I was looking at Vanga, I was looking at a lot of different people. I was like, man, the Raiders could do anything right now. But you know, I think he summed it up perfectly. I think everything kind of happens for a reason. I think after being embarrassed with that whole situation, which was kind of crazy. I think he's like, you know what? He was already kind of iffy about going. I think he was open to leaving, but I think with it not happening, it was like, okay, this is probably a sign to stay with the Raiders. And this team is a much different team than it was when he left, right? So that's what makes it even more exciting about what we did in free agency, while also getting Maxx Crosby back. So at the end of the day, he's a Raider, and I'm excited about it. You know, I know.
I mean, he is, and we all are, bro. Like, bro, you can't tell me when they were announcing all of these names, because I was live during free agency, right? Graf and I, we do that. Graf was live all day, and then he got off the air, and then I got on the air, right? And then as soon as I got on the air, the Quay Walker thing and the Kobe Dean thing happened. Right? Yo, salute to my brother Graf, is in a place to be. Just have a great show. Y'all dip out. See y'all tomorrow. Coffee and convo. Salute to my brother Graphic Raider, man.
Shout out to those.
But bro, the thing is this though. I couldn't help but feel right after free agency, I was like, damn, man, how would this look if we was able to keep Maxx? And then a day or two later, he was back. And now I'm like, you know what, bro? You know what, bro? I look at it like, man, listen, those 2 picks, it's a great thing, right? Because I'm the kind of guy, man, where when I sit back and I look at this team, I look at it from a bird's eye view, not a worm's eye view. I remove my emotions out of it. And I say to myself,
that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
What's the best for the Raiders? Because that's really the only thing I care about, right? You know, players come and go. But I've been a Raider fan longer than most of these guys have been alive.
Yeah.
You know, before Maxx Crosby was born, I was a Raider fan. It's crazy because I'm like looking at him. There was a video Maxx had where he was like in the 9th grade and he had a game-winning shot.
Yeah.
Bro, that was like 2009. And I'm like, bro, I was already married and had 2 kids by then.
Yeah.
A couple houses. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to trip. And I love Maxx, right? But I don't trip over players because I understand the NFL stands for not for long. Right? I get it. So boom, right? And I love Maxx. It wasn't like, yo, like, oh man, I want to see him go. But I'm like, well, shit, if we trade him, look, we lit. We got 2 picks. But bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yo, looking at the defense and an assortment of players around Maxx Crosby, the Kobe Dean, Kwity Paye, yo, freaking man, listen, bro. Like the nickel we picked up. I mean, everybody that we picked up, bro. This is the most talent that Maxx has had around him in his career. And I'm say it right here. And guys in the chat, what do you guys think? I'm gonna really go on FanDuel and bet on Maxx Crosby for Defensive Player of the Year.
I could see that. I could see that with the chip he has on his shoulder now, with and the influx of players that we added. I mean, usually we get one guy, right? We get a Christian Wilkins, and then we're chilling. Or we get a Chris Jones, right? And we chilling, right? But man, that's the most aggressive I've seen this team, and I feel like they slowed down a little bit after the Maxx thing went down. But I was like, damn, you got freaking Quay, N'Kobe, Malcolm Kuntz all within a span of 3 minutes, and I'm like, oh, they working. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. I mean, of course, there's a lot of other names that everybody want to get, but if free agency stopped at that point, I'm like, I can't be mad at it. You know, just sprinkle in some depth players here and there, but yeah, the defense is already looking good, and we address a position of need that we've always overlooked, which is that linebacker position, which I think was huge. Not only are you getting dogs, but young guys that can come over here and hopefully, you know, like hopefully ball out for more years. And we got a lot of young guys, and even the Tyler Linderbaum. Like, I think I remember you were one of the first people to bring it up when I seen it. I was like, we don't need Tyler Linderbaum. I mean, it would be nice, but I didn't think the Raiders would go out and get him. And just for them to go out and be really aggressive and go get the top dog, I'm like, oh damn, like. The last time we did that, man, we built that offensive line around Rodney Hudson. I'm like, okay, pieces start to fall.
Bro, that's what I saw. Let me tell you something. The offensive line, when you start talking about offensive line play, salute to Sanjeet. You know, Sanjeet is the offensive line guru, right?
Films, bro. Like, I don't even know how he does.
Bro, but what I know from having a Pro Bowl center, that's like having the quarterback of your offensive line calling out protections and things of that nature. When you have a guy like Tyler Linderbaum, that right there, it puts Jackson Powers Johnson in a position where he can do what he does best, which is attack and move people. You know what I mean? He's a juggernaut, and I think JPJ can play center. I think too much of that was made, and people were talking about how he didn't have the mental acuity to do it. But I'm like, it's a Remington Award winner, and from my memory, I think people must have got blinded by the Men in Black light or something like that. Because it looked like this offensive line was 100% better when he did play center the year before. I agree with you. That's why I was surprised how bad they look. I didn't think it was a big position of need for. I mean, of course, offensive line is always going to be a position that the Raiders should address. But you know, when people are talking about Mambo or
T-Mac or Genty last year, it was like, okay, we don't have to get an offensive lineman because I don't think our offensive line is that bad. Plus, we went out and got some other young guys, Caleb Rogers, the Charles Grants. But I think this offensive line is hopefully is going to be sneaky good this year, man. And well, with the weapons we have right now, in addition to Tyler Linderbaum,
be better. It's going to be better, bro. If you add, dude, if you add one of the best players at his position in the league, probably besides Creed Humphrey from the Chiefs, he's probably the best center in the league, right? You add him, you put a healthy Jackson Powers Johnson at guard and let him just cook, and hopefully he can have a healthy season, right?
Yeah.
Then you bring back a healthy Colton Miller, who's a top 10 guy at his position.
True.
Then what you do, you have Caleb Rogers, who I'm very, very high on. I was high on him coming out of Texas Tech, right? Mm-hmm. He didn't get a lot of snaps last year. He's going to get the snaps this year. You go out there and you go get Burford from the 49ers. He's a rotational guy, and he's a guy that just in case somebody goes down, he started in this league and played some meaningful snaps. And then you also have a guy at right tackle in Charles Grant that didn't lose a snap when he played last year. I was shocked that they didn't play him. And then you also have DJ Glaze to hedge your bet over there. DJ Glaze played a lot better, and I really don't look at his regression last year because a lot of that shit was Brendan Carroll just being terrible, right? True. The Undertaker himself, man. Listen, bro. Let me tell you something. When you talk about
I've ever seen that shit.
In peace. Listen, I don't judge these guys, but the thing with DJ Glaze is he's always been a guy that I've seen that projected better at guard than at right tackle anyway. So you have another option just in case these guys go down. Yeah. And then they have the draft. Oos, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I think the Raiders are cooking with gas because they have depth, and you got to have depth when you got these big.
That's the main thing I was gonna say too. Is like it's one thing to have a nice starting five, but if you don't got depth, man, like it's all bad. And we seen it last year. Like most of our guys were depth pieces. So when somebody went down, but I think with the weapons we have right now, and then you add the NFL draft, we could go get guys whether we want a second, third, fourth. It depends, but I think we got something good over here, and I think it also comes down to coaching as well. So I putting trust into that too. So
now the coach, listen, bro, the guys that we got that especially, Joe D. Camillus and all these guys, these are guys who have won Super Bowls. These are guys who have, been there. When you start looking at it, and I know you remember, back in the day, you start talking about all from the time when Shanahan was with Denver. Think about those offensive lines and think about guys like, when Terrell Davis went down, and then they had that cavalcade of running backs that were just getting 1,500 yards. Mike Anderson, Orlandis Gary, all of these guys out of nowhere, right? Mm-hmm. I remember it was a running joke in the NFL. It didn't matter who the Denver Broncos had at running back. They're going to get over 1,000 yards, right? Yeah. Then you go and you look at Gary Kubiak going down, and because Gary Kubiak was offensive coordinator, he was Elway's backup. He got a job as the head coach of the Texans. And then he developed Arian Foster. And Arian Foster was a freaking beast. I don't know if you remember Arian Foster, but he was a monster. Yeah, Arian Foster was a monster. And they always had a great running game down at Dominique Rhodes and all these guys. With Dominique Rhodes was with Indianapolis, but he went down there and he played well. So, look, I have no doubt that the running game will get better with a guy like Ashton Genty. Really quickly, let me get to a few of these supers, man. My brother, Raider Prophet, love seeing you brothers together. This going to be fun. Not as funny as watching Kuiper and Orlovsky go at it. No team creates drama like the Raiders go. We're going to get into that. You're jumping the line, Raider Prophet. You were jumping the effing line. I mean, you listen, the big Oos is here. You can't be jumping the line. Yo, Mando Ace, Roman Reigns for the win, going for the Oos at Russell Mania. We definitely got to get into that, man. We definitely got to get into that. And yo, I got a poll I'm going to put up for if we're going to make a Raider bloodline in our locker room now. We got to put it together, man. I know we got to talk about the big Oos Laki Tashi, right? We got to talk about him, right? Yo, my guy, Demokes, block Bodega and Ayo Anthony. Send those two bums to the Shadow Realms. Salute to my brother Ira Jackson, man. That was a ripoff. Was no cookies or milk. What I saw was no damn cookies. Damn sure wasn't milk. I think he's talking about being in the gulags. Listen, it's not fun being in the gulags, Ira Jackson. Thanks for helping me with my bucket list. So to my guy, Ira Jackson. Right? Bro, so look, man, I wanted to kind of move this on, right? So we we've improved the offensive line, we've improved the defense. We have a lot of things that we can look forward to, right? But the draft is coming up, right? And Fernando Mendoza is the talk of the town. You know, I mean, bro, even when I do mock drafts, I don't even play around without not drafting Fernando Mendoza. It's just the right pick. And I don't know whether or not, man, you saw some of the crap around, you know, Fernando Mendoza, man. I wanted to get your take on this, man, because I kind of been cooking ESPN all week, man. You know, Dan Orlovsky has been doubling, tripling, and quadrupling down on Ty Simpson being better than Mendoza. And I don't know if you did you hear our guy over there Pat McAfee cooking that boy?
Oh yeah, I watched it before I came on. I was like, oh damn, because I seen the clip with Dan Orlovsky yesterday. I was like,
yo.
I mean, he's doing a great job, you know, putting Ty Simpson in a lot of people's mouths, right? Like, pause, but you know, like having people talking about him, right? Like, because he definitely, and I didn't know that they were under the same agency. So if that's somewhat of a thing where it's like, oh, you know, let's build some buzz around, because usually in the draft, you're always talking about which quarterbacks are going. You know, there's always two quarterbacks that are always going back to back, right? Like, or people are talking about whether it's Shador, Cam, or if it's Jaden Daniels or Caleb. But this year, I mean, what a perfect time to have number 1 overall pick, right? Because there's only one quarterback to get at the top of the draft. So, I mean, I watched the thing with Dan Orlovsky. Like, I'm not saying that Ty is a bad quarterback, but you can't say he's the best quarterback when he's not even in the discussion as the number 1 overall pick, right? Like, we're not talking about Fernando and Ty, but I do see where the upside is. You know, there's upside with Ty as well as a lot of other quarterbacks, but I don't think that he's.
But Simone, listen, I know you're a nice guy. I'm going to be the douchebag here. Let me tell you something. Listen, Ty Simpson is a good young quarterback, right? But let me tell you something. When you have a quarterback who has started less than 20 starts in college football, normally they're a humongous bust with a capital B. And the only guy that I can think, right, you know, Kyler Murray had less than 20 starts, and he did okay, but Kyler Murray's number 1 pick. He's okay, right? But when you start getting into Anthony Richardson company, when you start talking about guys who haven't had any starts in college. Now, listen, the only guy I can remember who had less than 20 starts that was a superstar, and the only reason why he hit the ground running is because he did have a JUCO year, was Cam Newton.
That's true. That one.
Cam Newton was at Florida. He had to sit behind Tim Tebow, and then he left. He got kicked out of Florida. He left, went to the JUCO, won a chip, came to Auburn, won a chip, and ran it up. But when you start talking about Ty Simpson, this is a guy that didn't finish the season last year. He got hurt. He's undersized. He can't throw to the sidelines. And to be honest with you, man, when you're down at Alabama, man, you 90% of the time have the best assortment of teammates and athletes around.
Exactly,
So like, bro, to say it's a reason why people are saying is Fernando Mendoza a bust, because it's not just like, you know, they look at, well, they both threw for, you know, certain amount of touchdowns, you know, 35 touchdowns, whatever, right?
Yeah.
The difference is there are just certain God-given things that certain players have that translate at the next level. Fernando Mendoza is 6'5", bro. Ty Simpson is a guy, he is a sub 6'2" quarterback. There is only 2 quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame, and there's only 1 quarterback in the Hall of Fame that's sub 6'2", and that's Fran Tarkenton, right? But and I'm talking about in the modern era. We don't want to go back like back in the day with Red Grange and all of that shit, right? But he was a running back. But what I'm saying is that Drew Brees is a sub 6 foot guy, right? He's going to the Hall of Fame. He hasn't gone yet, but you know Drew Brees is going to walk to the Hall of Fame. But most of those guys you see in the Hall of Fame, brother, they're 6'2" and above. You know, the Brady's of the world, the 6'3", 6'4" guys. You know what I mean? Even I think Joe Montana, if I'm not mistaken, I think Joe Montana might be a shade over 6'1". I forget how tall Joe and Joe, but this is a different game now, man. This is a different game. Like, these guys are bigger, stronger, faster, bro. You got no, and Joe Montana was 6'2".
Okay.
Joe Montana was 6'2", and Joe Montana don't even look 6'2", bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Like when you think about it, right? So, bro, height is a skill, really, in the NFL, right? The arm strength, the back shoulder fades, the clean resume, like the processing, I mean, the leadership ability. Bro, there is no world where you don't take this kid number 1. And if it doesn't fail, it's not going to be because the Raiders didn't do their thing.
Yeah.
So to me, man, I see this, and then after that, you have Adam Schefter trying to say that, or Schefter is trying to say that, you know, Christian Wilkins has 26 teams looking at him. And I'm like, bro, why Christian Wilkins is a free agent, bro.
Yeah.
If any team wanted him, he would be signed already. This guy has the Jones fracture in his foot. It hasn't healed. The Raiders told him to get surgery. He didn't want to, and now he still has an issue. And I don't know if you understand what a Jones fracture is, but it's really the same injury that Grant Hill had in basketball. It's a microfracture thing, and it's a very small bone in his foot, and smaller bones are harder to heal. You know what I mean? So the Raiders were right when they told him to get surgery, and he didn't want to do it. And this is where we are, man. Like, what do you think about the media? Mike Florio talk about Brady. What do you think about the media seeming to, now that the Raiders have the number one pick, attacking Mendoza?
Bro, yeah.
Like, do you notice it, bro?
No, for sure. I thought I was tripping too, and I was like, dang, all of a sudden, like we got everybody's knocking Mendoza for this, for that. You know, he had a lot of old players around him. Like, that's why he was good. He had a better coach, or like, this is going to be it is a weak quarterback class, but to say that Mendoza wouldn't hold up his own in other drafts, at least in the first round, is kind of crazy to me. But I don't know. Like, maybe as a Raider fan, I feel like they're always attacking, because if the Raiders didn't have the number one overall pick, I don't think that we'd hear a lot on Mendoza, or like he's not the answer, or he's not that guy for any team. The Raiders should do a different thing. But I don't know if I'm wrong, but like I don't think I heard that much with Cam Ward last year. Like a lot of negatives on him. I mean, there was some.
There was some, but it was more of that. The heat was taken off him because of Shedeur. So all the negativity.
That is true, though. That is true. Yeah.
If you think about it, you know, and so they kind of use Cam Ward to prop him up to knock Shedeur, because they're very close. They train together, so they're like, oh, look at how serious Cam Ward is, and look at Shedeur flashing his watch, and you know, this, that, and the third. And bro, listen, time will reveal what was the right choice, right? But most of these quarterbacks, Simon, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I've been watching this game a long time.
Yeah,
it's not. There's very little that separates a lot of these top guys. It's the situation that you brought into.
That's true.
The situation, the coaching staff. You know, do you have a defensive head coach? Do you have an offensive head coach? Look at the difference in Caleb Williams with Ben Johnson. Huge, night and day, bro. Night and day. And I believe that, you know, when you get some of these young guys, like a guy like Cam Newton, I think Cam Newton's career was hurt by him having Riverboat Ron Rivera as his head coach, because he's a defensive guy. Cam never had an offensive guy, and you can tell defensive coaches they win the battle, but they don't think about the war. Like, they'll do shit like, you have a Cam Newton who's 265 monster, and you're like, well, shit, I need that 1 yard. I'm gonna run a design run play with my franchise quarterback. And then you look at how old Cam Newton is. Cam Newton should really still be in the NFL. Yeah. And now he's a commentator because they used him like he was a fullback, and they should have protected him.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Or guys like, you know, Andrew Luck, they knocked the football out of that guy, having defensive head coaches and not protecting them and stuff like that. And go ahead, man.
No, because I was gonna say, like, even going back to the Caleb Williams thing, like, one thing that I will give credit to for this team is the fact that, you know, we're not waiting a year on trying to surround, you know, Fernando with weapons around him. Like, we got the offensive minded coach. We brought in the Andrew Janocos, right? We got an offensive line. We're building weapons around him. We might not have everything right now, but I think all the moves that we've been making kind of surrounds, or it looks like we're basically building for Fernando Mendoza in the future off the rip, you know, year one, whether he starts or not, though. But, you know, it took the Patriots a year in free agency to go all out and surround Drake May with weapons offensively, and then the same with Caleb Williams. But I think this year, I think the Raiders are doing a good job just, you know, jumping the train right now and getting those weapons, whether it's the Tyler Linder bombs and bringing in some weapons for, you know, wide receiver weapons, whether it's Jalen Naylor. And we still got some young guys here, and I don't know if the Raiders are still going to go and address that position, but
I'm sure they are. They have to.
Yeah.
They have to. Like, you know, Dante Thornton and Jack Besh and all those guys, you know, Trey Tucker, they have a chance with a coach like Kubiak to really open things up. Jalen Naylor coming here. I think that was a steal of the offseason all the way around the National Football League. This kid is going to absolutely cook in this system. Yeah. But listen, when you got guys like Dante Thornton, you have to allow your draft classes to mature. I think a lot of, you know, the problem with the Raiders over the last 20 years or 25 years is not having continuity. So you'll have somebody here, and you'll have a GM and a coach that has one vision, and then you throw the baby out with the bathwater, and next year it's a whole new vision that comes in. And those players don't fit with the vision of the old people, and then you start moving on from players you probably shouldn't. You keep players you probably shouldn't, and then this is what you have. But now that you got John Spytek here, he understands what he drafted last year. He understands what's in the cupboard. So when he's trying to cook that meal, he's like, you know what? I don't need to buy no onions, bro. I got onions at home, bro.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I got bell peppers at home, man. Yeah, we gonna cook the stew. We gonna cook that stew. I got everything I need. I don't got to do it.
Yeah,
so
heat at home, man.
Yeah, man, listen, man, I know I'm up here making you hungry and stuff. What the hell's going on here? Yo, my guy S. He goes, I've really been feeling as lately as if Orlovsky is pushing Ty so hard as if the Raiders should be convinced and fooled to pick Simpson, garbage pile kid size behind his putrid accuracy. Bro, listen.
Yeah, there ain't no way the Raiders are.
I'm going to tell you what this is. This is a way for Orlovsky, with him and having the same agent as Ty Simpson, to get Ty Simpson in the conversation into the first round. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even have Ty Simpson in the first round, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't even have him in the first round. I had him going in the second, or if a team is desperate. But I think that Dan Orlovsky's trying to do the 52 fake out and try to get a team like the New York Jets to select him. And it ain't going to work, Orlovsky. You rat-faced looking bum, you. My guy, Jay Will with the $5 slap a room. ESPN has gone in the toilet, and Dan is horrible. Happy Tuesday. Wasted and Samoan Raider, man. And also, my guy Raider Prophet, Samoan Raider, be real. It's Malo underrated. Come on, you can't be asking Samoan stuff like that.
Hey, I'm gonna be biased, man. We don't need a free safety, dog. We got free safety at home, dog. We good. Now,
That's right, baby.
I think that there still needs to be depth there. I still like pull them out and hopefully, clean some stuff up this year. But I think as depth, I don't think it would hurt. But I feel like the Raiders are still going to go in a direction where they address that position, whether in free agency, or whether in the draft, because there's a lot of safeties in the draft that you can get later on, mid rounds or whatnot. But
yeah, I mean, bro, listen. At the end of the day, every position of need, we need to address. Like, bro, there's no homer stuff here. Like, we understand that the team was, 3-14. Like, we were terrible last year, right? We understand what the deal is, bro. We understand that every position is up for debate right now. And salute to my brother Hammer. Hammer was in here. I forgot we were in the middle of something. Hammer says he is the honorary tribal chief of Raider Nation. Acknowledge him. Listen, I definitely want to address that. Listen, I don't know if Samoan likes that, Hammer. I think that we need to have you guys on the undercard. Yo, on the undercard at WrestleMania, baby. Samoan Raider versus Hammer in an I Quit match.
Let's do it.
Yeah, yo, listen, bro.
I'm gonna have a run in or walk in from Mr. Fitz too. So you never know, man. The whole family might come out. Might pull up.
Mr. Fitz, bro, coming in there like freaking bro. What was my man named? Rosie and Jamal. Remember Rosie and Jamal? Yo, hey, Harris House said, Simone Fitz gonna anoint me honorary oos. Yeah, you gotta be Sami Zayn, bro. You gonna get splashed by Mr. Fitz, bro.
Mr. Fitz. Mr. Fitz will be over here like, I did it for the Rock. I did it for the people who's
I did it for you. I did it for you,
I did it for this Samoan Raider.
Yo, Peter Ferrello says I'd pay to see that, bro.
Hey.
Yo, he says me versus Wasted in a table match. Cisneros, let me tell you something, bro. you big meathead, teabag looking bastard. You. Let me tell you something. I would super kick you in the face like Shawn Michaels. It'd be over before it even started. Dang. I'm not your sexy boy. Yo, and listen. Look, I don't know if you see who my tag team partner is behind me. John Zena is right behind me. You know what I'm saying?
I see him.
Yeah, I just want to let you know, man. I don't know if you really want that, Cisneros. Yo, so look, on a lighter note, bro. On a lighter note, man. Like, look, season's looking great. You know what I mean? We could never have a season without drama, an off season without drama, right? But the draft's coming up. I think, we're in the springtime of the Raiders, right? But I just wanted to ask you, man. Like, based off of what we've done this year, man, what's your expectations for this season, bro? Like, for real, like realistic expectations.
For me, like, I think I'm gonna stick to the same thing that I had last year, where it's around like 7 to 9 wins. I think the main thing for me is it's not all about the winning and losing, even though it would be nice to win a lot of games. But for me, I think it's just being competitive, right? Like having some competitive games and see some flashes from Fernando or from the weapons that we have, not going out there and just the game is over with more than 2 minutes left and opposing team is just kneeling, right? Like for me, I just want to see a competitive team out there. That's the main thing. But if I'm looking at win losses, like I said, it could be 7 to 9 wins.
Yeah, bro. To me, I just want to see. Nothing's worse than watching uncompetitive football.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, make it
you
competitive.
know what I'm saying? Like that's the worst, bro.
Yeah, but make it seem like we could win, right? Until the end. Not it's a blowout from the first snap, right? That's the main thing for me, though.
Yeah, man. I want to see something be built, and to be real with you, bro. I'm gonna be honest, man. It's about the future. It's about building the foundation. So what I want to see is these guys develop. I want to see, I want to see guys like Genty take that next step. I want to see Brock Bowers take that next step. I want to see, Fernando get a chance to figure it out, right? I don't know, like today, I don't know if you heard, Joe Flacco got signed, and a lot of people were floating him around to the Raiders to be the guy that might be, a bridge quarterback for Fernando. Like you, in your heart of hearts, as a fan, if we do take Fernando Mendoza, we will.
Yeah.
Do you want to see him start week 1, or do you want to see a bridge quarterback?
See, I talked about this a lot. Like I think it kind of depends on what happens in the offseason. I think we bring in. I would want the Raiders to bring in a veteran that could start right out the gates. The only way I'm putting Fernando out there is if he's lighting it up in offseason and he looks like the better quarterback and he looks like he's ready, right? And then I'll put Fernando out there. Kind of like the situation where we have with MASHUP and Derek Carr, right? Or Matt Flynn, Russell Wilson. Like, unless Fernando looks much better or he looks ready, then you put him out there. But I'm totally fine with sitting him forward first couple of weeks, or if it's Kirk Cousins, or I don't know what other veteran quarterback that we bring in, or they believe in ALC, which I don't know, but I'm okay with letting Fernando sit until he's ready, though. That's my
I am too, bro. I don't want to see, bro. What I hate to see in the NFL is young quarterbacks with a lot of talent get the football knocked out of them early in their career.
Mm-hmm. And they lose that. Yeah, they lose that confidence, and that's what I mean. Tom Brady's talked about it multiple times, so I think it's only smart to put them in the right position if they're ready to go.
So let's see. And Ira Jackson, he says, "Did everyone get a membership? I feel like I might need to send more." Ira Jackson, I feel like you might need to send more too. Everyone did not get a membership. Ira Jackson.
There you go.
Now, if you do, I appreciate it, my brother. My guy Miko. Chris Canty said the Raiders should trade the first overall pick to the Cardinals or the Jets because they have too many holes. ESPN just listen. Chris Canty and ESPN has become a hot take vacuum. Like these guys don't.
Yeah, they know.
They listen, bro. They do this so we can talk about it. They are horrendous, and I don't even want to get it going, man. I'm not even going to even start with this. So getting back to a bridge quarterback, I want to ask you, man. You are a guy who, you're younger than I am, right? So the only quarterback that you knew was DC, right?
Well, some before him though, but the only the one that was stable was DC. Yeah. I remember the Marcus Tuiasopo's and Aaron Brooks. All those guys. Jason Campbell was nice before.
Yo, Jason Campbell.
I remember them years though, but
Thule and all these guys, right? But I'm talking about just from you being a younger cat, like DC, like
DC's
of your football history, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about people talking about bringing DC back as a bridge quarterback? Like, because I want to get your take on it. Because it's funny, man. Like it was this situation in Raider Nation with a lot of the content creators where you had guys that were Kardashians, and you had guys like me. When I first got into it, I think a lot of people gravitated towards me because I was very honest and I wanted to move on from Derek Carr, right? You never really said much about that. Where do you sit with the Car Wars thing? Because I think DC brings a certain level of fanaticism that makes me uncomfortable, right? Like for real, it's like this sight blindness, right? It makes me super uncomfortable. And salute to Ira Jackson gifting 20 more Raider Nation Unlimited bombs to everybody. Oh my God, everybody's a member.
Everybody get a membership. There we go.
That's right. Everybody gets them handed out like candy, man. But go ahead, man.
Yeah, I talked about it a couple of times, like during the season and even after the season, because I know everybody talks about it, right? And I was one of them guys. I was a Kardashian up until like 2021. I think, and I look back, it was, I still remember it to this day. It was the game where we played the Bengals, not the playoff game, but the one during the season where he lost us the game. And at that point, I was like, dude, he's not the guy. Like, I don't think he's ever going to be the guy for us. Like, I woke up from the Matrix, right? And I'm like, But I'm not hating on him. I just knew that it was time that the Raiders should move on from him. I hope he does good somewhere else, but I don't think it's ever going to work with the Raiders. And of course, if you go against Derek Carr, you basically going up against the Raider Nation at that point. But yeah, even with the talks that's come out lately about possibly bringing him back, I'm totally against that. Like, I love Derek Carr. I love what he's done for this team. I always say that he's one of the better quarterbacks that I've seen growing up. Right, didn't see a lot of good quarterbacks, but to think about bringing him back, I think that the Raiders, that ship has sailed already. I don't think that the Raiders should bring him back in. And plus, it's going to take some, we got to trade for him. And I don't know how the cap space looks like if we were to bring him over here, but I'm totally fine with going with a whole different direction, whether we go get Kirk Cousins, whether we go get Jimmy Garoppolo or any of these other guys, any of these veteran quarterbacks to come and at least compete for right now. But as far as Derek Carr, now I'm good off of that, though.
Bro, listen, what sense does it make for you to not only trade for a guy who has a cap number that is astronomical, right?
Yep.
But also trade for a guy who's coming off of a shoulder injury that was so bad that he retired for a year. And you don't even know whether or not he can still sling it. And then bring him in a locker room. And even though he's a great guy, right?
Great guy.
He would cause such a quarterback controversy.
Oh, that too. That's what I say. People are not gonna like Fernando. No, everybody's gonna be like, oh, put DC in. Like, if Fernando has any mistakes, it's like, DC is gonna be more of a distraction, I think, over here. I think he would be a good motivator, right? But as a quarterback, it's always gonna be that controversy when there's somebody else over there, especially when it's Derek Carr, though.
Yeah, bro. It's no metric to where that makes sense for the Raiders, right? Yeah. And then we all know how Tom Brady feels about him. Because you guys are sticking with that.
I was a Kardashian at that point. I was like, he's not talking about Derek Carr. He's talking about like Jamie G or somebody. And then, like I said, then when I found out, it was actually Derek Carr, I was like, damn. Like,
nah, no, he definitely threw him. Oh my God, he threw him under the bus. No, yeah, he definitely did. So look.
Yeah.
Crazy. Samoan, listen, bro, you are the man. I appreciate you for pulling up. Every time you pull up, bro, it is always premium content, man. But I think there are two things that I want to do before we get out of here, right?
Yeah.
One, we got to do a mock draft. A lot of people
they
a
little bit.
And they talk
highlights.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Right, baby.
Nothing but highlights, dog. No, I'm joking. Hey, but real quick, before we get to that, though, I want to say, hey, thank you. I had to come on this because, when I lost my channel, Wasa was one of the guys that shouted me out. And I know I didn't write you or say anything to you. I know you hit me up, though, but a lot of people went to my new channel and say, oh, Wasa sent me Wasa. I was like, damn, okay. And, for me, like, I don't like to get pity from anybody. Like, it's more like, okay, guys, I got hacked, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to try to build this from the ground up. Of course, I got the channel back, but I never got to say thank you, though. So that's why I was like, man, I got to come on one time for the O's because you definitely looked out. I didn't ask you to do it, though, but you definitely.
Hey, bro, listen, when I first started, you sent a bunch of people over here, bro. I wasn't here. I had my channel for probably like 2 weeks, bro. I think, you sent a bunch of, everybody's like, Samoan sent me, this is years ago. And Graph sent me. And then before you knew it, I was monetized in 2 weeks.
There we go.
You know what I mean? Like, look, bro, listen. The Wasted Talent Army was a tsunami. It was a tsunami, baby. And salute to Ira Jackson losing his mind. Gifting 20 Raider Nation Unlimited memberships. My God, the Gout Army has grown. The Gout Army has grown, yo. And my brother, Milo Lomain, please help me understand why Aiden can't start if Fernando's not ready. Nobody said he can't. It's just not the sexy choice. Nobody wants to. Now, listen, bro. Nobody wants Officer Rodney Favre being a starter, bro. we cool on that, bro. We don't want Sergeant Taggart from Beverly Hills Cops starting at quarterback. We don't want to hear that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Simone, you know what's crazy too? This year, bro. There's a few people that have got to get banned from your content creators. Fantasy football league. Let me tell you something. Swaggy, I know you out there, Swaggy. Swaggy, you're getting banned this year. That's enough.
The Swaggy just be like, hey, well, who's the next Raider, dog? I'm like,
I'm like, Swaggy, bro. He took Daniel Carson in the second round. I'm like, Swaggy, you fucking the draft up, bro.
Those are the guys you need on fantasy, though. But I
remember the last time I was in your league, I had the number 1 pick, and I was like, we lit. We get Jonathan Taylor, and this Joker got hurt for like 90% of the
Bruh,
season.
and then a year after he balls out, right? Like,
Yeah,
last week.
man.
All of a sudden, that's me with CMC all the time, dog. I can never pick CMC because all of a sudden he don't want to play when I draft him number 1 overall. But,
yo, my brother, Samoan Raider, I subscribe.
I appreciate it, Ira.
Yo, appreciate you, man. Bye-bye, Anthony. So I said, yo, wasted it. Ooh, salute, yo, salute.
Sir.
But, yo, so, listen, I'm just telling you guys right now, Swag Jeff, you are banned. Nah, but bro, we definitely got it. We got to run it again, man.
No, we do.
So like, yo, it's funny, right? We talked about the Derek Carr stuff. We talked about the whole offseason, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that we haven't done is we have not done a mock draft for the ages. The Samoan Raider, wasted talent, mock of all mocks. And listen, there are a lot of people in my chat that they try to say that my mocks are terrible, and I don't give a good goddamn. They're a bunch of
terrible too, man.
Bro, my mock drafts are actually really, really good. You know what it is, bro? It's a running joke with me and Graf. And you know how it is, man. It's the graphic Raider virus that spread and all the people in the chat. You know, like, bro, I'm gonna tell you how crazy this is. It was one day I was on Mitch's show and I was cracking on Chugs. I was making fun of Chugs, and I told Chugs that he had the gout.
He got the gout.
Somehow, some way, it became from Chugs having the gout and Graf thinking it's funny, then to me having the gout. I don't know how this happened.
All of a sudden, come right back to you.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, it's crazy, man. It's crazy over here. Yo, also, the Raiders, on the air, I haven't read it. The Raiders hired a quarterback coach too, man.
Did they?
Yeah, they did, man.
Yeah,
let's pull this up before we get into this. Raiders hired quarterback coach. I think he was Eli Manning's quarterback coach.
Mike Sullivan as a quarterback's coach. Sullivan, 59 years old, played a key role in Eli Manning's young career during his time with the Giants. Now he's set to be another number 1 pick in Las Vegas. He was recently with the Steelers. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I don't know. This the thing, right? When you start. Oh, my dog, Ray the tape is in the place. He goes, don't talk about fantasy while I'm watching. Undefeated.
Ray,
I forgot. Ray
went undefeated his first year. That's crazy work.
Yo, Ray, get that F up out of here. Where you at, Ray? Yo,
Ray killed. He said, I ain't never played fantasy. I'm like, I don't know, man, because he went undefeated the whole year, bro. I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah, man, he was a ringer, yo. Yeah, but Ray had that chief heavy draft, yo. My Raider didn't let me have that draft. Get up out of here with that crap, Ray. Yo, salute to my dog, Ray the tape, man. Damn, man. Yo, Raid is in the place, bro. Like that. Yo, Raid is a guy that need to get back to it, man. I love Raid, man. Loved when he was putting out content. Would love to see my brother Ray the tape get back on the air, man. But guys, listen, this is going to be a mock for the ages.
All right.
We don't give a damn whether you like it or not. Learn to live with it.
Hey, you let me know how bad it is, because that's what I tell people. Like, tell me how bad my mock draft is, because they always say, "Hey, that dude will never fall." It's like, hey, I don't control that, man. The simulator controls that.
Listen, we are taking BPA. Goddammit, F you guys.
BPA, bro. Okay, here we go.
Listen, so what I'm gonna do is the Fernando pick is not really a pick, bro. It's not a pick. We know we're taking
round 2.
It's out of here. So second round, Simone, you got this one, brother.
Oh. Hey, you know what? Shout out to you, man. Like using this, I didn't want to give him $25, but hey, I don't know about you, but I like Caleb Lomu. Like I like him a lot.
Okay, so you think right now,
right? What safeties are available?
So you want to take? Okay, so you got to look at like positional needs, right? We already got our quarterback. We need a wide receiver. They say tackle. We are going to a 3-4 defense, Simone. So you got to.
Yeah, I know we need that nose tackle.
You got to get that big zero technique.
I like some guys later on. That's why I'm like, I've never used PFF more than 3 rounds. So okay, we straight.
So we straight, right? So you're in the 36.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go with effort, man. Let's go, Caleb Lomu. Who's got to bring the?
Oh my God, you got to get the effort, yo, Simone. You just messed the draft up with your crap.
My bad, man. My bad. I know.
No, it's all good, brother.
Grayson Holton, go get Grayson Holton, dog. That's my dog right there. I know. I see Citrus right there too, man.
So yo, look, the big fellas there, right? The big fellas there. Romello Heights there. Dante Jackson. So this safety. Safety. See, we
defensive. I love. See, you got Dante.
We gotta address this, bro. I'm getting big Citrus, baby. We got to
Okay,
get the big
go
fella
ahead.
in the middle of the draft. It's the 3rd round. All right.
You don't like Grayson Holton? I know
I
he's
do.
smaller though. He's more of a pass rusher though.
Yeah, I do. He's too small, bro.
Yeah,
We need a
you
0.
want a big dog. I see.
Yeah, man. You need somebody
You got
that's
to.
a big ham
I
hock eating
respect it.
mother.
Oh, I like Zaki right there. You like
Okay.
Zaki?
Zakeem Watley is one of my favorite. I'm a big Penn State. I watch a lot of Penn State ball because of where I'm from. Yes, as far as safety, bro, this is a guy that listen.
Nice.
When you start talking about some of these Penn State safeties, right, and some of the players that are coming out of Penn State, I don't know what Franklin was doing there, bro, but he has a hell of a lot of talent coming out of Penn State, man. Shelton and all of these guys, man, and when you start talking about Zakeem, man. To me, he is my 3rd best safety in this draft.
Is he number 1 right now?
He's not number. Well,
I mean,
Caleb
what's
Dow,
left? I mean, what's left on
the board? He is the number 1 guy. Now, when you start talking about Zakeem Watley, I'm gonna give you a little background of him.
Yeah,
he's a sub 4'4" guy, 6'3", 203, big, rangy, strong safety, man. And listen, he is a guy, man, that has elite long speed, man. And this is what you're looking for when you got a guy that's over the top. He could recover and erase a lot of his mistakes. And it's the thing. Every year he's gotten better. He's been at Penn State, and that's one thing I looked at when I was watching some of the tape. Great length, being 6'3". Some of the things that are kind of a downside to him is the fact that he's a little lightweight to be a 6'3" guy, right? And I don't know if he's going to be able to stack and shed blocks, but that's all the weight room. That's something that could be addressed. And then, his pursuit angles get a little loose sometimes. But look, this is a big physical kid, man. And let me tell you something, man. He showed he could perform under pressure, man, during Penn State's national championship run. He is a guy that, to me, you have just drafted a starter if your draft is Zakeem, man. You've drafted a starter, bro. So listen, we did the selection, right? Oh no, are you taking him? You taking him?
Yeah. Well, would you be open to that?
Yes, bro. Of course, this your pick, brother. Take him.
I'm with it. Get a safety. You don't think he could play free safety as well?
Yeah, bro. He can move wherever you need him, right? So right, so now we're in a situation where we got to look at where we're at, right?
Yeah.
We got our quarterback of the future. We have one of the best tackles in the draft. So I guess the Charles Grant situation is probably going to have to be on hold, right? We got our zero tech. We got Big Citrus, Dominic Orange. And then we got Zakeem. We got our safety. Listen, so now we're in a situation where we're just going to fill in BPA right now. I want to take Jalen Kilgore, but I can't because he's more of like a nickel. He's more of a guy that's he's not really a corner. He's a tweener. He's more of a safety, but he's one of those guys like Nate Hobbs. He doesn't really cover that well, right? Yeah. And really, to be honest with you, man, we need a corner. We need, we don't really need any guard help right now. We need some linebacker help, even though we went crazy on linebacker.
Yeah. See, like I want to ask you that because I know we were crazy with linebacker depth, but like a lot of people might be like, we don't need linebacker. I'm like, bro, we could use some depth there, man. Like,
no, you definitely can. Yeah. You need young, fast linebackers, and you're playing the 3-4. So it's like, you're gonna have 4 linebackers on the field. And you're gonna have certain guys, man, that fit in better, that they fit in certain formations better, and they're not always going to be in a 3-4 too. And that's another thing you got to look at, man. And then, at the end of the day, man, when you got those big names, right? You have situations where it might not work out sometimes. Yeah. You have to always make sure you hedge your bet with really, really young players. Now, for me, right, I think that the Raiders need an edge because we're in a situation where, Tyree Wilson seems to have the skill set and the size, and every year we're waiting for Tyree Wilson to come out of the shadows and be who we thought he was going to be, or some people thought. I didn't want Tyree Wilson, but everybody knows I had a meltdown when we drafted him, right? But this is the thing, right? Tyree Wilson, right here, Tyree Wilson is a guy that can play the 3-4 great. Like his skill set being a 3-4 defensive end with his hand on the ground, with his size and range, he's the perfect kind of a guy, and he's gotten better every now and again. Not every now and again. He's gotten better as things have gone on, right? But I still feel like I need to address, defensive end, and I'm going to take Max Llewellyn out of Iowa, man. He's a guy that I think really can step right in if we have any issues at defensive end. This one's on you, my brother. Now I'm gonna let you know what we got. Our picks, right?
Yeah.
Like we said, we got Fernando Mendoza, we got Caleb Loma, we got our right tackle or left tackle of the future, either which way you want to slice it. We got our zero tech, we got our safety, we have our edge of the future.
What wide receivers we got right now?
Okay, see, now you talking my language, man. He's going to go get Fernando Mendoza a weapon, right? We got Reggie,
one of my favorite guys is either Cyrus Allen or Eric Rivers.
Look, man, it's up to you. It's up to you, man. I mean, what we doing here, brother? And this right here is going to be a kick return monster. Xavier Thomas.
I like that, man, because you put him on players that I don't even look at sometimes too. Real quick, can I see defensive lineman one more time?
Sure. Hey, listen, you can't ever have enough of these guys, man. You want to see defensive lineman? You got Zane Durant.
I love Zane Durant because we skipped out on Grayson Holton. I'll go with Cyrus Allen right now.
You going Cyrus Allen right now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So
wide receiver.
All right. So where's my guy Cyrus?
Wide receiver.
No, I'm just trying to. Cyrus Allen, Cincinnati. Cyrus Allen, baby. All right. So this one's on me, right? So we went out there. Look, we need a corner. We have not gotten a corner. We have not gotten another. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Surprised Hezekiah Masters is still there from Cal. I'm going to get Hezekiah Masters, and I'm going to tell you why, man. This guy, man, is this guy is one of those 4-4 guys, right? He's a big corner. Look, we come from the Al Davis school of player evaluation, man. You know what I'm saying? That's where we come from, bro. Bigger, stronger, faster, man. And he's one of those guys, man. I think he's a 6'3" guy, if I'm not mistaken. 6'2", 6'3" guy. He's a big, strong, fast corner, man, that really can get his hips around real well. And let me tell you something, man. I overstated. He's 6'1", but still 4'4" guy, man. Let me tell you something. The first thing that jumps out about him is how well he sees the field, man. He is a ball hawk, man. So we got our ball hawk in safety right now. I'm not safety, but corner. And then, the next pick is on my brother Samoan.
Ooh, can we see running back real quick?
Oh, yes.
My dog, I gotta get my O's. Let me see if he's there. I'll go down. He down there, right? Unless he got taken. Oh, he did, huh? Yeah, he probably got taken.
Hold on, you got to go that far down. He definitely going.
Yeah, no, he got picked up. Jaden Knott.
Jaden Knott. Nah, man.
Yeah, he probably got other mock drafts. He was like there, but no, we could go defensive lineman.
You want to take another defensive lineman? Okay, let's do it.
No,
bro. Go ahead, bro. Do your thing, bro. This is your pick, man.
Yeah,
this is your pick. Zane Durant is still there staring.
I'd get Zane Durant, bro. I wouldn't mind.
You want to get Zane Durant? We getting Zane Durant. That's right. We doubling up, man. We doubling up.
You can never have too much, dog.
It's all good, man. So now, we're sitting out here. I got my guy Lorenzo Styles Jr. That's my Al Davis pick right there.
That's Sonny Styles' brother.
Yeah. Ooh, he's a monster, bro. Let me tell you something. He's a monster, right? My guy Malik Benson is still there. I did a super. I'm not a super, but I did a video on Malik Benson. He led Oregon in receiving yards and touchdowns this year. He was the number one threat. He's a guy who came out of Alabama and Florida State. Very, very high on Malik Benson. Man, but you know what, bro?
Yeah.
I don't know. How many wide receivers we got?
We got 2 wide receivers. I think I got one. You got one. Oh, wait, you didn't get him.
But it's all good. I got my linebacker, Harold Perkins Jr.
I like that one.
He just ran a 4.38 today too.
I've seen that.
Yeah. So listen, man. We didn't go out there. The one thing we haven't done, we haven't addressed running back. This is a pick that listen. You can go whichever way you want to go. You want to look at some running backs?
If Robert Henry's still there, let me see.
Roman Henry's still there. Terry Stewart.
Yeah, Robert Henry got picked up. Shit,
Henry. So Roman Henry. This is Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get, I'm open to getting out. I know we didn't address running back though.
No, it's up to you, brother. It's your pick. This is your pick. This is the last pick of the draft, my brother. It's on you, bro.
Get Roman Henry.
You want to get Roman Henry? All right, you, brother. Listen, guys. I know you guys are probably in the chat.
F minus. We got an F minus. What do we get? What do we get, dog?
F minus. Let's look. Hold on.
What do we get, dog? We got a B plus. I'll take
struggle
it.
B plus, baby.
B plus.
We got a struggle B plus, man.
Yeah, I'll take it.
You drafted Caleb Lobo. Yeah, man. Listen, bro.
I know Caleb. I had to get one Uso, man.
Listen, it's all good. Listen, Samoan, you got to get the Uso. That's a listen. Before we leave, really quick. Yo, listen, the Moke says F minus, send wasted to the gulags, you a bum. Get the F up out of here. My guy, this Raiders, baby. Had to send another super salute. My guys, wasted and Samoan Raider, no doubt on Mendoza being the best in the class. Don't sleep on Big Citrus, baby. Yeah. Hold on, let me go back. I think my guy Jay Will. ESPN is gone in the toilet. Dan is horrible. Happy Tuesday, Samoan Raider and wasted. Raider Prophet, Samoan Raider. Be real is. I read this one already, but still, yes, he is underrated. Wait, I read that one. Hold on. I am effing up here. D Money. Las Vegas Raiders have hired veteran NFL Mike Sullivan as the quarterback coach. Thoughts on the hire? Yo, listen, this is a guy that helped develop Eli Manning. Apparently there is some symmetry with him and his coaching staff. To me, man, most of this stuff is about whether the coaching staff and the people that they bring in on the same sheet of music. What we don't need is these arranged marriages that we've had in the last few years because they never work. So no matter how good the guy's resume is or isn't, it has to be a situation where it lines up with the current coaching staff. Yeah, and that's how I always look at it, man. He has a relationship with Kubiak and a lot of the guys on his roster. So to me, and the fact that he helped develop Eli Manning is a great thing for me and the Raiders. Man, I'm saying, yo, wasted. You missed just Raiders baby super earlier, bro. Oh yes, I did, man. I'm sorry because I was up there. Yo, salute to my bros at wasted and my Samoan Raider. No question who's the best QB in his class. Mendoza. Let's get our QB. Orlovsky needs to stay off the D-rugs. Yes, he does need to stay off the drugs. Ira Jackson gifted 20 Raider Nation Unlimited bombs. Ira Jackson has lost his mind. Wasted. Didn't do 100% of the draft, so it's great. You get the F up out of here, Ira Jackson. You effing up. I mean, what the F is wrong with you guys? Raider Prophet. If Cleveland should seek to trade or release Gabriel, would the Raiders organization have interest as a QB 2 or 3? What would he cost? No. Dylan Gabriel to me is he's a little midget bitch who should not. Now let me stop playing. I'm kidding around. Dylan Gabriel is a lefty. He's young. He's just as inexperienced as Fernando Mendoza. There's no reason to have Dylan Gabriel on this roster, to be honest with you. My guy, just Raiders, baby. Had to send another super. Salute my guys, Wasted and Samoan Raider, my Oos. No doubt Mendoza the best thing in this class. Don't sleep on Big Citrus. My guy Hugs. Salute to our Oos Samoan Wasted. I'm emailing mock websites to get you unceremoniously blocked. F up out of here with that nonsense. Get the F up out of here with your crap. I mean, you know what, Hug D's? You are no longer the mod father. Do you know that Hug D's was the one that Geno Smith gave the finger to?
Was it?
Yes, it was Hug D's. The mod nods.
I know the guy that recorded it. I was right.
That was Hug D's, man.
That's crazy.
Unceremoniously blocked by Geno Smith, man. Geno Smith is now in Florham Park with the Jets, about to get his jaw broke again like he did when he was younger. Yo, salute to my guy Ridge back in the place. But, bro, listen, Simone, yo, you are the man, bro. I appreciate you for pulling up. I didn't even expect for this to go for like an hour, bro. I just really appreciate you, my brother. Thank you, man. Listen, my brother, let me tell you something, man. We got to do a home and away series, man. If you ever let me grace the audience down there, we will have a great time. So salute to you for pulling up. I thank you so much, my brother, and I thank you for all of the support that you've always shown down here, bro. And guys, listen, Samoan, y'all know Samoan been rocking at this for so long. He's a staple in this. But if you're not subscribed, I'm sure you guys are going down there, subscribe to both of Samoan Raiders channels. He has a new show in the morning with a co-host. I see my man on Twitter. Joe. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Joe Morley.
Yeah, Joe Morley. Yeah. Like,
yeah, yo,
he is the biggest troll on there, bro. Like, he's saying some wild shit, bro.
Yeah. Joe Morley's about to get unceremoniously blocked. And real quick on the way out, man. Yeah. Who you got in WrestleMania, bro? Who you got in Brock? All these guys.
They okay. Real quick, I guess the only ones I could remember right now is Obafemi, Brock. It's got to be Obafemi. Like you got to put him over right now. As far as Roman, CM Punk, I think you put the straps on Roman. What was the other match? Cody and Randy. you got to put it on Randy though. So I think those are the only matches I really can remember right now. I don't know what other ones are really out there, but I'll be over there though. It's like hopefully it's better WrestleMania this year than it was last year, but we'll see.
Yeah, it was bad, man. I think, man, there's a little something that has been lost since Vince hasn't been involved. A lot of people to complain about Vince, but you kind of need Vince back, man. I think.
Ever since WrestleMania 40 was nice. Yeah, like, we were there in Philly, but after that one, I was like, dang, it had to be the ones in Vegas that kind of sucked though. But it is what it is, I ain't gonna complain.
Yeah, and Rudy the Vet Russo says, Samoan, love that shirt. Rudy the Vet Russo, you are in the gulags for your comments yesterday. You get the F up out of here with your crap, Rudy the Vet Russo. You have I just banned Ron Justice for no reason. I'm sorry, Ron Justice. Let me ban
straight.
Ron Justice didn't do anything. There's no justice for you or Ron Justice. Rudy the Vet Russo, you effing bum. I mean, this guy was in my chat spilling some filth yesterday. Get the F up out of here, Rudy. For some more, brother. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, man. I had to come on. I had to come on and talk game a little bit, but definitely whenever you come back out to Vegas, we definitely got to link up. You, Graf.
Yeah.
Whole squad,
I'll definitely be out there, man. And we're gonna be rocking and rolling, bro. It's funny. My next trip out there, I'm gonna pull up on JT. We got something set up and stuff,
Great.
Yeah, man. Me and JT been rocking and rolling down there all season, man. And we got something. I spoke to him. I'm gonna get out there. We're gonna get something rolling. But definitely, we get out there, yo. I think we got to do something in person once we get out there.
Oh
man.
Yeah.
Unite the nation like we always do. But my brother, thank you, bro. And guys, listen, this has been another Red Nation Unlimited. It was a damn fine show. We have found out a few things. Simone is no longer a Kardashian, right? No longer a Kardashian,
no,
right?
Man.
He's a car salesman. That's it. He saw the light. He saw the light. There's a few other things that we've learned today.
Yeah.
We have learned that Rudy the Vet Russo is a bum. Wait, who else? We've learned that, to be honest with you, Samoan and I doing a mock draft might be it's like a well orchestrated car accident. Right?
Hey, we put the pieces somewhere, dog. They fit somewhere, dog.
They fit somewhere.
We made it happen, man. B+.
We made it happen, y'all. But y'all, I hope y'all enjoy it, man. Salute to everybody out there, man. Y'all have a freaking terrific night, man. Peace.